All right, everybody, welcome to the webinar. This is Scott Pierce at Listings to Leads, day 9 of 15 of being stuck inside for the most part. And so we're doing the webinars every day. Buyers and sellers are locked inside. Our clients, we're still generating some really good leads. We're generating leads at pretty low cost per lead for our clients in our managed services department, although there's no reason why you can't do this. But for anyone that wants us to run your ads and manage your listings to leads account for you, just go ahead and email vince@listingstoleads.com, VINCE@listingstoleads.com. But everything that we're talking about today, you can totally do yourself. And if you're in the mastermind group, you've seen a few different posts like this in the last few days. And in this case, 33 buyer leads, 86 cents a lead. And this is from the period of March 20th to March 23rd. So I think that would have been, Friday to Monday, Saturday to Monday, whatever it was. But just over the last few days, all right? Spent $30, $28.45 exactly. And the ad in this case reached 5,700 people, 400 link clicks at about 7 cents per click, all right? So that's 86 cents per lead. One of the awesome things about buyer leads nowadays is we are seeing them more and more turn into double-ended leads, meaning sometimes these buyers are actually people that are looking to sell as well. But typically sellers are oftentimes looking at homes for sale before they start really getting serious about selling their home. They want to see what's available, what's in their budget. So a lot of times these buyers, I shouldn't say a lot of times, but oftentimes these buyer leads are also seller leads. So that's really awesome stuff right there as well. So if you're in the mastermind group, you can see this information, and there are some other similar posts over the last few days like this as well. Because I think that's one of the things that we're not really thinking about is we're stuck inside, but I tell you, social media traffic is up 20 to 40%. Sometimes it's doubling normal social media traffic. So people are online. So to stop running your ads now is absolute suicide for 2, 3, 4 weeks out when everybody's back at work, everybody's back at it. And so we want to cover this today with you. When you log into your account, you're going to see the information that I'm showing you at our blog. It's going to pop up when you first log into your account. So we are on the call today for Tuesday, March 24th, and we're going to be going over how to market listings, yours or borrowed, to generate both buyer and seller leads. And then you'll be able to see the calendar for the other webinars we're doing over the next week. All right. So make sure you take a look at that when you first log into your Listings to Leads account. This is just a graphical representation of the same webinars that we are doing. We did the webinar yesterday for automated social media marketing with landing pages. So check out that webinar. The link is also in the pop-up when you first log into your account. You can access the webinar on that. And there we covered how to set up all the automation for your listings to auto post to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, how to set it up for your property valuation landing pages, your seller lead ads, how they can auto post every week, how to set up down payment assistance landing pages and post to auto post, and then also new construction. All right. So if you haven't checked out that webinar, please do so. We'll reference that webinar a few times during today's call as well. And today we're going to be covering, again, automated marketing and lead generation for your listings. All right.
Scott, can I interrupt?
Yes.
So that call that Scott did yesterday is actually really useful for a couple of reasons. We have a lot of new landing pages that for new construction, down payment assistance, and for home valuation. What that call talks about is how to tell us how to set up your account to automatically post those to your social media platforms. These posts have our landing pages behind them, and they capture leads for you. So I definitely recommend that you get on that call and you go and you watch that, because turning on this automation just to make your life a lot easier.
So when you first log in, so when you first log into your account, the pop-up will have the recording for that webinar, and then today's call will be put here, and then we'll keep leapfrogging that way with these calls. All right. So with that said, I am logged into Listings to Leads. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the profile real quickly because there's a few things in the profile we want to make sure that we've got, just so you know where they're at. One is your CRM integration. So if you're using a CRM, please note the options that you've got right here. All right. If you're having any kind of issue connecting a CRM, just click on the support tab in your account. Let support help you out and make sure that we've got your CRM connected. All right. We're not going to cover it right now, but just so that you know, when you watch that first webinar, if you haven't done so already, this is where all the auto posting can be set up. So connect your social media accounts, connect your listings, your seller lead ads for the property valuation plus landing pages, down payment assistance, and new construction. And on any one of these tabs, always make sure to avail yourself of both the walkthrough. All right, so there's a walkthrough here that you can initiate, and then there's a support post on every page in the system. It's a light bulb. And if you click that support post, it's going to open up a new tab, so you're not going to lose where you're at, and it will walk you through whatever that particular page is talking about. All right, so I mentioned CRM, I mentioned auto posting setup, and then just real quickly here, because a big help, if you've got client reviews on Zillow, I just want to mention here under the Preferences tab, you can put in the email that you log into Zillow with right here, and that will pull in all of your client reviews from Zillow, and it's going to put it with all the marketing for your listings. All right. I'm going to show you another way to get client reviews, whether they're videos or text, into the system as well in a minute. But having those reviews with all of your listings is super, super powerful. And let me just show you real quickly here, a single property website. All right. And as I scroll down, you're going to see all these client reviews. All right. And these can be added automatically from Zillow. You can add them into your account manually. And then you'll also see here, I've got a client review video. So if you've got a video of all your client reviews, you can add them to Listings to Leads. And I'll show that to you just because I want to make sure that we are leveraging all the different kinds of media that we might have. All right. So if you've got client reviews on Zillow, go ahead and put that there so that they show up with everything in your system or in your account. Okay. All right. The other tab before we get into the listings is there's a tab called, funny enough, tabs. All right. And this is where you can put in things like area videos. How many of you have a video talking about how you help buyers and sellers in your area, right? You might have a listing presentation video talking about how you help home sellers, all right? You might have this kind of content that you want people in your local market to see. So again, it could be a client review video, an area video, how you work with buyers and sellers video. And you can add that to all of your listings by clicking the tab, and then there's a green Add Tab button here. And again, there's a walkthrough, there's a support post over there. But essentially, you could call it like client review video. If you've got embed code, or if you're going to just put in your text reviews, you could just put it in this editor here. If you got it on a YouTube video, just put the YouTube video link right there. Here I can associate it either with all listings, or for example, if it's an area video, you might say disassociate, write that content, that particular video, with listings in a particular city. So in this case, maybe just my listings in Folsom, if it's a Folsom area video, and hit save. All right. Now, if you got something and you want to get it into your account, you can always send it to support as well. So you might click on a support tab, and you might say, please add this client review video to all my listings, put in the YouTube link, put in the embed code, right, whatever it is, and let support add that for you. All right. So just a couple of things to add into your account to make sure that all the listings really pop for you nicely. All right. Now, we're talking about how to market listings. whether they are your listings, your borrowing listings, whatever it is, right? You can crush it with any listing you've got available to market. So let's talk about getting the listings into your account real briefly here. Hopefully they're coming in from a data feed. So again, if you got listings, they're not coming in automatically, let support know so we can help you with that. But they got a couple of other options here as well, all right, via the green add listing button. There's a grab active listing. In here, I can put in a zip code and the MLS ID for the listing. Check whether it's my listing or not. So if it's a listing you're going to borrow to market, just uncheck this is my listing and grab it, and we will pull that listing into the system for you automatically. All right. If you got the ability to market HUD homes in your area, same idea with HUD homes. All right. So grab listings, HUD listings. All right. That's option number 2. All right. Coming in automatically from data feed number 1, right? Grabbing them number 2. But there's another option here where add listing. And there's a number of reasons you might use the add listing button. All right. One is you were the selling agent, right? So your buyer bought the listing and you want to add it to listings to leads to do just sold marketing. All right. And notice when I select just sold, if I were to just keep adding the listing, that's just sold as a listing agent, right? Maybe for whatever reason, the listing did not import automatically in the beginning. So now you want to add it where you're the selling agent. Just check this box right here. I was the selling agent, not the listing agent. All right. Another reason you might add a listing is if you just joined listings to leads and you're the listing agent on a listing that previously sold, it won't come in automatically from the system if it's already pending or sold. So I can add a listing to my account that's both pending, right, or any of these other similar statuses, and just sold. And if you got permission to market a FSBO or offer a FSBO homeowner marketing tools, you'll see information that you can add FSBOs as well. All right. So the first key is make sure we've got listings in our account. All right. So again, your listings, borrowed listings, let's make sure you got listings inside of your account. Now, once you got a listing in your account, let me just show you on edit listing. I'm gonna click on edit listing because there's a few things that you might just want to be aware of in edit listing. One, source CRM routing. So these just allow you to add tags. This will be what connects to your, if you connected your CRM and you want this lead to go into a particular follow-up plan in Wise Agent, Line Desk, whatever, this is where you can put in that follow-up plan name. And that way these leads drop right into that follow-up plan. Photos and video, all right? Particularly right now, if you've got any kind of walkthrough videos, property videos, 3D tours, what have you, those can all be loaded right here and put with all the marketing tools for that listing, all right? So again, if you get any kind of videos, 3D tours, again, feel free just to send it to support and we can add it to your account for you. It's super easy to do. Once you know how to do it, it's drop dead easy. But that being said, let support help you if you need it, all right? So again, any kind of walkthrough videos, 3D tours, property videos, any kind of content like that, let's get that into listings to leads because we can show both your MLS photos, your professional photos, and those 3D tours and videos. All right, so let's get all of that into listings to leads. And the last thing I'm going to mention in edit listing is there's a tab here called seller referral leads. Every single listing where you are the listing agent, all right, so not for listings that you've borrowed, but for listings where you are the listing agent, every listing should have this in there, all right? One of the key ways of making sure that you are generating enough leads right from listings to leads, and especially free, easy leads, is making sure that you do this, because you will start generating some very high quality buyer and seller leads from your seller's sphere of influence. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But just every single listing in your account, make sure you got the seller's email address right here. So if there's more than one email, you see I've got a comma and then the second email. And then I just put the seller salutation, right? Dear Ian and Lauren in this case. Those are my sellers. So just, that's all you got to do. Emails, salutation, click save. And again, that's under edit listing, seller referral leads, all right? So any questions on some of the groundwork stuff that I've covered? Vince, anything that I should mention here that I haven't, or are there any questions from the audience? Someone says either 3D or video. Yes, exactly. 3D video, you know, Matterport, 3D tours, other 3D tours, and so on. All right. Someone says, we just sold a couple of homes in the neighborhood. Can we do just sold marketing? For sure. Yeah, Ellie, exactly. Yep. I wouldn't add them together, right? You want to do it separately. So someone just asked, well, we just sold a couple of homes in the neighborhood. Can we add them together? Add them separately, right? You want to have two ads, right? 123 Main Street, 456 Main Street. Advertise, that's two different ads, right? Advertise both of them. Look like that neighborhood expert. So I would say do both. All right, but Vince, anything I didn't cover that I should cover here?
No, I think you're going to go through how to actually market now, and I think we'll get into some detail, you know, what you're kind of touching. There is
awesome.
One more thing. This is being recorded. This will be in our mastermind group later on today. And also on the registration page, you'll be able to watch the recording. So the page that you registered to get on this call will have the recording.
Yep, exactly right. So perfect. Okay. So for any listing in your account, I'm going to back up. I'm going to go to the main listing dashboard. All right. So you click on the listings tab. This is where you land. So we just reviewed how to add listings to your account as needed. We reviewed edit listing, where you can add 3D tours, property videos, the seller's email address, and so on. And now for any listing, right? Notice I've got all these listings: just sold, active, for sale by owner, just listed. If I ever need to update any of these statuses, all I do is I click and I select the new status. All right, and that'll update all the tools. But for now, I'm just going to click on the task icon, and that's going to bring up the checklist. All right. Now, when you're looking at this checklist, and especially if you're new to listings to leads, several points of help for you. One, the green Learn More button. If you click that, it's going to open up a new tab, and notice the listing is a just listed listing. So every status has a unique checklist. And so it's going to open up the just listed marketing and lead generation checklist. All right. Every item on this checklist is right here. And you've got both text support posts that you can go to here, or you can just watch the videos. And there are very specific video walkthroughs for each item on that checklist. So I could just watch the video walkthrough, and you're going to see there, right, they're opening it up and they're taking care of it.
Scott, let me say something to that, because when you're watching a call like this, you got to listen to us for an hour talk about what we're going to be talking about, and what you're looking for. You got to sort of sift through. Whereas those videos that Scott is showing you, those are broken down in kind of 5 and 7 minute segments. So you go to exactly what you need and take care of that. So you might not want to listen to a whole 1 hour video to get one in.
Yep, exactly. So these are all like 5, 6 minute bites. Some are even shorter, but they break out every item on this checklist, right? So I'm at the first item in the checklist, right? Social media posting as your social media. So because I listened to the first webinar, I get everything set up for auto posting, and I can see right here, auto posted on March 14th. All right. I will show you how to push post this with this tool here. But let me just show you. Here's my Facebook post. And in the first webinar, we reviewed how to both boost this and how to run it as an ad. So let Facebook load. There we go. So there's the ad that auto posted on March 14th, right? And again, this is all covered in the first webinar, but I click the ad, I go to the landing page, I click through the landing page, I get to the single property website, and you generate a lead, all right? There's the Twitter post. Here is LinkedIn. All right, and they all work the same way. People click the link or the image. That image will appear. It just takes me a little bit. But they click the image, they go to the landing page. All right, and so in the first webinar, we covered how to boost, how to run ads for all these things. But what we didn't cover, what I'll show you now, is I just want to post this right now. There's a button here called Push Post. And I've got it set up to post to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. I can edit the text however I want to. Maybe I'll put will not last, just to give you, so you can see what I'm doing here. You can edit this however you want. Notice I can edit this text in here however I want. I can change the color of that banner. I don't even have to use a banner. Right? I can click select new image and upload a custom image, right? Where it's a select new image, just upload a new image if I want. I can edit the text that appears below my Facebook post. All right. Then I can either click save social image and post now because I just made an edit to the image. I changed the color. Or I can just click the post now button. All right. And that will post that to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. All right. So if I go to my Granite Bay Homes page, and it may take a few minutes, but let's just, I'll refresh my page right now. And let's see if that posted. Sometimes it takes a few minutes to get in queue. So yeah, it'll take a few minutes, but we'll come back and we'll check it. But it's going to look a lot like this. All right. It'll look a lot like this. And just like the ones that auto post, right? People click the image or the link in the ad. They go to the landing page and they click through to the single property website and you generate a lead. All right. So anything that you use the push post function for, similar to auto posting, you can always either boost it or go to the ads manager and run it as an ad. All right. So you have all of those options right via your social media. All right. So again, you can see when it last auto posted here. And you can see here it says scheduled to auto post March 24th at 11:28. So that should be posted up to my Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn in the next minute or so. All right. So awesome right there. Very, very good. Next up,
Scott.
seller social.
Scott, yeah. Let me jump in there. One last thing, if you open this up, I know a lot of you use Facebook, right? Most of you do. A lot of you might have had a Twitter account in the past. You might have LinkedIn. I just want to point out, even if you have 3 or 4 or 5 friends on those platforms, the way that we post those, we automatically include hashtags. And hashtags are indexed by both Twitter and LinkedIn. So every one of these posts are going to have relevant hashtags, which he's showing you right now above the photo, that people are following on Twitter. So even though you've got a handful of friends on these platforms, they're going to have a much broader reach. So I really recommend that you set those up, you find your old passwords, and you connect them on the auto posting so that you're basically out on all the top major platforms. We're talking about Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, we auto post your virtual tours to YouTube. And if you've got an Instagram account and you run an ad, you're covered on Instagram. And it's really an easy automated way to be covered on all the top social media platforms.
Yeah, and here's that new, here's the thing that just posted, right? We just clicked that push post function. I got an email, so I can click the icons in the email to go right to those posts, right? So I can click here right from my phone, go to Facebook and boost it if I want to, go see the tweet, go to LinkedIn and see it there. And as well, if I refresh my page and open that back up, I can now see that just went live on Facebook. So here it is on Facebook. All right, there's that new image we just edited, where we edited the color of that image, video walkthrough, just listed Granite Bay will not last, right? That was the edit that we made. So again, just like I showed you, people click the image, they go to the landing page. If they click continue with Facebook, here I got the phone number required. I'll put in a phone number. Now, if they don't put in a phone number, in my case, they won't go to the single property website, right? Here's my video walkthrough. So I just got the lead. They're at the single property website automatically. Life is beautiful. All right. And let me just show you here it is on Twitter. All right, just listed in Granite Bay. And here it is on LinkedIn. All right, awesome. Beautiful postings, right? Automatically set up to generate leads, right? Automatically link into the landing page. Awesome stuff, all right? So that's your social media. Now, every time I change the status of a listing, my seller is going to get something to post up on Facebook, right? So my seller already got something to put up on Facebook, and I'll show you what that looks like. So this email just went to my seller. The nice thing is it comes from the email address I've got in my profile. And so the seller can share this with their friends via email, all right? And my seller also got this email. And they can take this and put it up on Facebook, all right? And I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. Both the email, the one on the left, and the information that the seller puts on their Facebook page, both work the same as a Facebook ad, in that when they click the image or the link, they go right to the landing page. So we've had clients, right? They put in they add a listing. As they're adding the listing initially, they're putting in the seller's name and email. And then as soon as that listing is saved, the seller gets the e-flyer to share via email. The seller gets the post to put on their Facebook page. And we have literally had clients generate double-digit leads from this for free before they even get a Facebook post live or Facebook ad live, all right? So you can start generating leads from these two tools that go to the seller before you can even get a Facebook ad live sometimes, all right? So the seller will get this and they will share it with their friends via email. Sellers absolutely love it. So if you're not sending this to your seller because you're nervous or you're not sure what your seller will think about it, let me tell you, sellers absolutely love it, all right? They just absolutely love being able to share the fact that their home is for sale and that they got a nice looking marketing piece to do it with. And at the top of this email that we send you, please know, it's the same thing every time, so you don't need to read this every single time, but it's just a reminder to call the seller up and say something like, hey, Ian, this is Scott. Just want to let you know, we got the Facebook post up and it's going to be running as an ad very, very shortly. We expect about 5,000 to 10,000 people to see it up on Facebook. It's on Zillow, it's on Trulia, it's going out to our database next. But I wanted to send you a few things to share via email and Facebook because people they know somebody looking to buy in the area, and we don't want to leave any stones unturned, right? All these people are going to see our Facebook ad and all that stuff, but we just want to make sure they see it as well from somebody that they know, all right? And sellers absolutely love it, and they get this. email, and it gives them an example of what it's going to look like when they put it up on their Facebook page. And it says, all I got to do is copy this information here. And when they go to their Facebook page, I'll just put it up on our community page, but you'll get the idea. So once this is on the seller's Facebook page, if I was you, what I would highly recommend you do is just go to the seller's Facebook page. And let me refresh. And let's find that post. There we go. So here's that post on our seller's Facebook page. All right, our home just listed for sale, Scott Pierce at Elda Realty, right? So obviously I have your name and brokerage and all that. Like that comment, right? Maybe make a comment or like the post, maybe make a quick comment there. But just kind of monitor that every so often so that if the seller's friends start commenting on that, you can reply back as appropriate. All right, this is a great opportunity, not only for the seller's sphere of influence to start clicking through to the landing page and the single property website like this, but it's also a great way to engage them as they're commenting and liking on that post. All right, so any questions on that? And so later on, if I had an open house, the seller will get something for an open house. When the listing goes pending and just sold, then they're going to get something regarding that as well. And so by the time you've sold this listing, all right, the seller's sphere of influence is going to know who you are on a first name basis. And we have literally gotten people that they're getting 1, 2, 3 dozen leads every single time this email goes out to the seller. All right. So make sure you, yes, sir.
Well, there's kind of a question that's come up with somebody on the call. I think one thing that would be great to sort of answer is, would you go over to our mastermind group real quick and do a search on the word Terry? Because I think what we're talking about is marketing your listings and how to, right? How do you market your listings? And it's important that you know how this works. Just search for Terry, T-E-R-I, and you'll see this post where Terry, just one R, where one of our clients came in and asked, who here is getting 2 listings or more per month strictly from listings to leads? And that's it's a good question that came from somebody that was just learning about our platform and and wanted to know, is it worth it? And one of our clients came in right there, and you'll see right there, he says, we average 2 listings from each marketed listing, all from listings to leads. All right, so what Scott is showing you is how to market a listing. Of course, we want to get you buyers, but what I want to point out is our marketing system gives you more listings every time you market a listing. And even if you're borrowing listings from other agents and you run the program the way that Scott is showing you, you're going to see buyer and seller leads. And so, I just recommend that we should have sort of said that up front so you understand why this is the case. And I'll just tell you, Dustin there, we actually did a call in January. This guy spends 2 hours a week using our system, and he has grown his business by 400%. He was a new agent he's only been in the business 4.5 years. He's been using us 2.5 years, and he's killing it with our system. So he's killing it doing exactly what Scott is showing you right now.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Thank you, Vince. So we covered your social media. We covered for the seller, the social media share image. This is just here. So you got a dedicated place to edit this image. One thing, let me mention here for Instagram. All right. Instagram posts don't allow you to include a link. So if you are subscribed to the Listings to Leads text service, all right, notice how it says in there, text 1001 to 25678. If you are subscribed to the Listings to Leads text and IVR service, you'll see a tab for it up here. That information will appear into the banners automatically, right? Or into these images automatically, all right? So you can definitely use that to, give me 1 second. You can definitely use that on Instagram so that when people see your free Instagram post, that they can send a text, they get the mobile responsive virtual tour, and you get the leads. And so when you're on the social media share image, notice it says send this image, and just put in your phone number, hit send, and that's going to send that to your phone, and then you can just save it as an image to your phone and then upload to Instagram. All right. And in fact, I apologize. Let me bring up Instagram and let me see if I can show you an example of one of my posts. And give me a second here. Should have brought that up, but this is, I think it's worth it to show you here. So here's an example of an Instagram post, and notice how it's got that text information in there. So you want every Instagram post to have that text. So here's the just listed, right? And so I don't have to pay for an Instagram ad necessarily. And notice in this case, it says coming soon, text 1006 to 25678 for the 3D tour details and more. So I can customize the text, right? The banner, the color, all of that stuff, all right? So super easy, and it's a super powerful way to make sure I'm generating leads on Instagram for free, all right? And that's the social media share image.
Hey, Scott, we got a good question I think we should tackle here, and it has to do with actually capturing leads and what we think about forced registration. And I think it would really help if you let people see a listing landing page and also a single property website for a property so that they know what forced registration is.
All right, let's get to that a little bit later in the call.
Okay.
And I can, all right, well, we can do it right now because we're at the single property website, all right? So the listing landing page is always going to be forced registration just by definition, right? It's a landing page. But you're going to notice on the single property websites and the virtual tours, to follow this home form, I can just close that and I don't have to fill it out. So this is what we call optional, all right? I can, right at work, I can click continue with Facebook, but I don't have to. If we go to, and here's the, I'll just show you the full screen while we're here. So here's the full screen single property website, where I got the property video full screen, right? It looks absolutely beautiful. And people scroll down and they can see all the rest of the information. But again, I can just click past that forced registration and continue on seeing everything. Well, in edit, I click on the edit tab here and I go to advanced settings at the bottom. Here's where I can edit that lead capture form. So I can hit forced registration, hit save. And now when I refresh this page, all right, and when this pops up automatically, notice now I can't get past that, right? So I can't scroll. I can see the video, but it's kind of dark and, right, it's not the best. I got the thing in the middle of it. So that's, you know, if I want to see that video, I got to click through and become a lead. And then same thing here, if I refresh this page now, and now when this launches, again, I can't get past this. So that's forced registration. Anytime we link anytime somebody comes from the landing page to the single property website, this form will not even come up at all automatically, and it will not be forced registration for people that came from the landing page because you've already generated them as a lead. But just so you know, yeah, so forced registration, I leave mine off just because I'm always training in the account. And it gets super annoying every time if I got to click through the lead form. So for my demonstration purposes only, I leave forced registration off But normally, I would leave it on automatically, but it's up to you. Some people like to do it for us, some people don't. I don't argue either way, right? It's just personal preference. If you want to generate more leads, then use forced registration. If you don't really care about generating leads, then leave it off, all right? But for single property websites and virtual tours, the biggest thing I just want you to know is you got two versions, what we call a standard version, all right? And you'll see everything is, kind of centered like this. And then you got full screen version. And in your profile, you can actually set it up to where this one is the full screen is the default version that everything links to. But the only caveat is the images have to be 1,200 pixels wide or bigger. So typically your professional photos, or if your MLS is sending us the large photos, then that would work as well. All right, so you got branded and unbranded. All right, for the single property website. Virtual tours are very similar to the single property websites. The biggest difference is when you're using photos, then the photos pan and zoom. All right, but let me take this opportunity to show you something here. In all the single property websites and virtual tours, as we scroll down, one is we got kind of an easy buyer lead capture. And you'll see this in all of your single property websites and virtual tours. So it just lets people kind of go through here. And we've already generated them as a lead typically, but this just lets them ask for more help. All right, so that's one lead form. The second lead form automatically in your single property websites and virtual tours is the seller lead capture. All right, as we mentioned before, a lot of times these buyer leads actually have a home that they're going to have to sell before they buy. And so we actually embed the property valuation landing pages right into the single property websites and virtual tours. And then we got all the photos, the maps, street view, school information, all the client reviews, right, that came in from Zillow. We got other listings of yours. And then what you're going to see on the left-hand side is these links to your website or other landing pages here, all right? And all these links here are controllable as well, all right? So that's single property website and virtual tour. Now, this is e-flyer for your database. This is one of the most powerful ways to generate buyers and sellers out of your database. And I'm going to highly recommend, if you click that green Learn More button, there's a little video walkthrough on this. But also, if you click the light bulb right for the support post and you open it up, right, we have people, they're getting buyers and sellers every week that they send us to their database, all right? Obviously, it depends on how big your database is, but we really want you sending out one of these to your database every week, all right? And the reason why this generates better leads than pretty much anything else you're going to send to your database is because it's super low formatted. It's the call to actions are up front and can't be missed, right? So in this case, it's for a just listed listing. This could have been a just sold, a coming soon, an open house, right? Whatever. All right. It's got the link to the lead capture single property website. It's got the text in there automatically. I've done nothing to this. This is just all automated from the system. And notice it says, when this home is sold, it will affect your home's value. So people, I'm telling you, people click on these things. They click on the links at the bottom. They just reply back to you. So all you got to do, click the copy code button, go to whatever CRM you use, or in this case, I use Wise Agent. And in Wise Agent, all CRMs can do this. So I'm just going to do email contacts. There's a video of this right on the support page. All right, so you don't need to memorize what I'm doing now, but in Wise Agent, right, subject line, right, video walkthrough maybe, if you got a video with it. Then in my editor here, I'm gonna click source, paste in what I copied from listings to leads, click source again. And now I gotta do is just send it to my database, all right? So my database is gonna get an email that looks like this. And when they click this link, they'll be taken to the Lead Capture Single Property website. They send a text. And a lot of people in my database are gonna click this link or that button. And when they do, they go to the Lead Capture Single Property website. I'm sorry, the property valuation landing page, right, where I'm generating seller leads. So this email just absolutely crushes it for lead generation. And so what I've got in my Wise Agent account, so back in Wise Agent, you'll notice I just have a recurring reminder every Wednesday at 11 a.m. I go to listings to leads, I just pick a listing and I just send it to my database. All right. So whether you're using Boomtown, Real Geeks, Line Desk, right, whatever CRM you're using, again, what I did is I set up a recurring reminder so that I get notified and I just go into listings to leads. I pick a listing and I just copy the code, go back, paste it in and send it out. It takes all of about 45 seconds, all right, once a week. And this, in addition to listing alerts, whether listing alerts are there for your buyers or listing alerts for your sellers, right, so they can stay up on top of the homes that are listing and selling in their local area. That and this, you'll be on your way to getting those people in your database into buying and selling with you, all right? And every listing in your account has an e-flyer for your database, all right? Next up on the checklist, the e-flyer to your seller sphere of influence. Well, that went out a little bit earlier, all right? We covered that one a little earlier when we talked about that e-flyer going to our seller. So that already went out. And I'm already generating free leads for my seller sphere of influence. Next up is print marketing. So under print marketing, you got listing flyers and you got different templates. Let me show you because the listing flyers generate buyer and seller leads as well. And let me show you what I mean by that. So for the buyers, all right, especially if you're subscribed to the text service, that will appear here automatically. If you're not subscribed to the text service, then the single property website URL will appear here, like the 5530douglas.thebestlisting.com. So either way, you're going to have lead capture right here. And then you're automatically going to have seller lead capture because we put this blue box in every print flyer for buyers as well. So imagine that print flyer box on the yard sign. Imagine the neighbors going through and picking up a flyer. Well, wouldn't it be nice? And it is nice because now we've got some language, a call to action speaking to those nearby neighbors, right? Need to sell you before you buy, go to, and we're able to capture something right from my listing flyer for my property, all right? How awesome is that, all right? So all the listing flyers have that. There's a nearby homeowners letter. So the nearby homeowners letter, the postcards, and the door hangers all work very similarly. Now, we may not be doing door hangers right now, right? Walking around, right? We're trying to be a little bit more inside. So you might think about the postcards or the letters. Either one works great, and they both work similarly. Let me just show you. I'm just going to download the default, but notice you can click edit to edit this. So this letter, the quality of the seller leads that this thing generates is through the roof. This letter, right, generates the highest quality seller leads that we have ever seen. All right. When we're all able to get back out in the neighborhoods, this is the most perfect thing to door knock with. All right. We're not going to do that right now, but we can mail this in an 8.5 by 11 business envelope. Right. You can use a font that looks handwritten. Right. You want to write it. Now that you got a lot of time inside, you might want to send out 100 of these where you handwrite the envelopes yourself, pay someone to do it, use a font that looks like it's handwritten, whatever you want to do. Right. But typically when we are all not under quarantine, this is something that we would door knock or just door drop with. All right. And Scott, you can see, yeah.
Scott, let me say a little bit about this. This is actually, there's a section on our Get Started page called the top 7 tools for seller lead gen. This is at the top of that list because it generates the highest quality seller leads in all the tools that we get. There are other ways of capturing seller leads, right? You could grab a home valuation page and go run an ad on Facebook, and that's a great strategy, and we have that tool as well. But it's a little more random, right? You're throwing something out on the internet, somebody is responding on the internet. This letter is telling people, I'm selling a home in your area. Go right here to find out about it. And by the way, you can get your home value here. If you go to our mastermind group and you look up Dustin Fox, you'll see that this guy mailed this first class to 250 homes. It cost him $625 to do that mailing. He got 10 listings with an average commission of $17,000. That's a huge ROI, and that's why he took the time to go right into the mastermind. We've also got other people. The easiest way is print out 50 of these, go do some door knocking if you got an open house. Agents, even if people don't answer the door, agents leave the flyer behind, and people are getting seller leads before they even get back in their car. This is a very powerful tool, and you should definitely be using it.
Yeah, no, we've totally had that where people have literally had seller leads coming in before they get back to their car. So again, right, in this current environment, we're not really suggesting that you go door knock, but as soon as you're able to, I'm telling you, and it's just such a great way to combine social media with face-to-face, right? You got your ads running on social media, you got the stuff your seller is doing, you got the other stuff that you're doing, but talking about what a powerful way to go face-to-face with somebody is to have this letter, hand it to them. You just say something like, and this is from feedback from our clients as well. Hi, this is Scott Pierce at LDL Realty, and I just want to give you some information about a home that's we just listed down the street. There's a URL, there's a text information if you want more information about the property as well, and some other information there. So if you have any questions, just let me know. You're not selling them. You're not setting up appointments right there, right? You're watching body language. We've had people tell us they have ended up in 10, 15-minute conversations with people where those people offer their information to stay in contact. All right. So super easy. Don't overdo it. It's just meant like a customer service type of thing. Hey, just want to give you a little bit of information about a new listing down the street, about an open house, about a property that just sold, about a listing that just went into contract. You get the idea, right? So, but let me just show you real quickly. Oh, nearby homeowner's letter. There is the edit opportunity. So I can come in here and I could put, for example, get the price, video walkthrough, right? And maybe I want to put that in bold. Again, I'm just doing it to demonstrate the idea. And now when I click download, and who knows, maybe you can walk the neighborhood on a day like today if you're keeping your social distancing. I don't know. But you see there, I just added that video walkthrough there, right? Awesome stuff. And let me just show you, since we're here, postcards. I'll click download, front and back. I'll show you the front and the back. I should show you a jumbo because it's bigger, but there's the front of the postcard. These colors can be customized, but we keep it simple on purpose, right? We keep it straightforward, right? Here's the back of it. When this home is sold, it will affect your home's value, right? There's the URL for seller lead capture. I mean, it's simple, it's easy, but best of all, it's super, super powerful. And since we're here, here's the door hangers. Show what it looks like. And all these colors can be controlled from the appearance tab in your profile. And here's the door hanger. Just listed, there's the address, right? They can text and you get the phone number, they get the mobile responsive virtual tour. Here's the URL they can go to, and then here's the seller lead capture, all right? So, man, we're getting such great feedback from the print marketing stuff. I'm gonna skip the open house for now because this is really about an open house. But we got the blog post. So for any of you that are super into SEO and you want to create a custom page at your website or just do a blog post, we got different templates and formats for a blog. Got Craigslist ads. All right, there's a video support post right there. But again, imagine like an Instagram post, right? We want that Craigslist post to have, because a Craigslist post, similar to an Instagram post, does not have any hyperlinks allowed anymore. And so having that image, right, with the text in there, that you see right here, using the same image on Craigslist is super, super powerful, all right? It allows us to turn Craigslist from just like a display ad to actually a lead capture ad, all right? Next up is sign writers. Now, we put the sign writers in here because it seems old school. It seems like it's from the past, but people that actually use this actually are still getting leads every single week from putting these on their yards, on their yard signs. What we recommend, right? Once an extension, like in my case, I got 1001. Once that is assigned to your account, that extension stays in your account. So once I have a sign writer like this built, or once I have the sign writer, I can reuse the sign writer on different listings. And so to order it, just click where it says, oh. All right, let's try that one more time. All right, I'll check that link out here after this. But we've got a link where you can order these sign writers. And what's really awesome, what I highly recommend about these sign writers is notice how that text right here, text 1002 to 25678, notice how that's super big, right? And even the one over here, get your home's value, is super big. And that is because we want these to be able to be seen by people driving down the street, all right? Too often I see these sign writers and it is absolutely impossible to read it from the street, all right? So I love these sign writers. Vince, make sure we get this fixed. I don't know why that's not working all of a sudden. Let's make sure we fix that link so everybody can order those sign writers. Instagram, the support post for posting to Instagram, what you saw above were to get the image. And then the YouTube listing videos, all right? So all of that right there. Oh, let me mention, you can download the video. I think there's a download link here for the first 10 days after a video is created, and then we delete it off our servers. And you can also regenerate the video if you need to, if you missed the download link. And the only reason I mentioned about the download link or being able to download the video, let me show you the video, is you see the bottom of the video, text 101 to 25678. And you also see where it says need to sell before you buy, go to. Well, you can upload these into Facebook as a video ad. All right. So if you want to do Facebook video ads, this is an awesome little video to use because it's got that call to action, both for the buy side and the sell side, right in the video footer. And then at the end, it's going to show all your information. And then it's got that to end the whole video with. All right. So if you ever want to do Facebook video ads, again, go to where it says YouTube listing video. There'll be a download link right here for the first 10 days. You can download it. And then in Facebook, you can upload it as a video ad. Now, let me just wrap it up real briefly by showing you. We were just talking about a just listed listing. Let me show you if I click on the task icon for a pending listing, right? It looks similar, all right? But now all of the call to actions, even the landing page has changed. So all you do is you change the status of a listing and all the call to actions change automatically for you. All right, there's nothing else you need to do. Just use that drop down on the listing dashboard to change the status as appropriate. And there we go. Now we can see, right? Everything is changed. It's talking about the fact now that the listing is pending. Right, now it goes to a different type of landing page. It goes to a seller lead capture landing page. All right, let me show you the e-flyer for your database. If you've got a pending listing you want to send out. And notice all of the stuff that's sending in an editor. So I can always add some context. Right, so I can always edit this stuff before I send it out because we don't know if you sold it in 5 days with multiple offers or went pending in 5 days with multiple offers. Right, we don't know, but you always want to add that kind of stuff, right, as appropriate. Right, so that's the e-flyer for your database. And again, what I'm showing you is how as soon as I change the status of a listing, all the call to actions, all the lead capture changes. Here's the front side of my pending postcard. Right, I mean, who sends out a pending postcard? But get the idea for just sold as well. See how that's a lot different now than it was before. And again, if I go back to my main listing dashboard, let me just show you one more here before we go. Just sold selling agent. Here's my checklist. There's the green learn more button so I can access the support post for each one of these individually all at once. But here's my social media. And if I click on the Facebook ad, Facebook has been just a little bit slow, and we're going to wrap it up in the next 2 minutes. Vince, can you take any last minute calls before we go, or are we good here? And here's just to show you, here is a Facebook post for just sold where I was a selling agent. All right, and again, people click on the image. They go to a landing page that looks like that. All right. And you get the, one more thing, where you've got your client reviews coming in from Zillow and the listing is just sold, the last item on the checklist, Zillow review. If you want to send a request for review to your client, we don't do this automatically because we don't know, right, the deal, but we got this ready to go. It's pre-written for you. The link to your Zillow reviews is right there automatically. I can click in here and edit it however I want before I send it. Then just click send. It's got my seller's email address right there. And let me see if I can reload my email. There we go. And I will bring it over to show everybody. here's that email that I just triggered off to go to my seller. Dear Ian, it's been a pleasure helping you get your home sold, right? And when Ian clicks that link right there in my email, automatically, and of course that popped up on my other monitor, but there you go, right? And I'm a professional, so I can't leave a review, but as a normal consumer, right, your normal buyers and sellers, this would drop them right where they can leave the review for you at Zillow. All right. And again, at the bottom of every just sold marketing checklist, you will see where that Zillow review option is there if you've got your client reviews coming in from Zillow. All right. Kathleen, can we edit the template changes? Depends on what it is, Kathleen. So go ahead and email support specifically for where you're referring to. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. It depends on what it is, just because of the, like for the Zillow review, that's always saved in there. But then we don't know, the particulars about that process. And I just edited that. That's why that makes no sense. But you get the idea. All right. Kathleen, if you're a team and everything is we, you will notice in your profile, if you actually check, use team name instead of agent, and you got a team here, right, whatever. And now check this out. When I go back here, to be honest, I don't know if this one is, but for the most part, we change everything from I to we automatically. So now if I go to Zillow review, and it looks like that still says I, but I'll check this out to make sure. But typically, if you do that team thing, then we change everything from I to we, Kathleen. All right, so any other questions on anything we have covered today? We covered a lot of stuff, all right? We're gonna make these webinars available via both our blog, via the pop-up when you first log into your account. It'll be there as well. And in fact, later today, we will put it under the announcements. So later today, we'll actually put it, when you log into your account, we'll actually put it here. And Vince, maybe we can put it also on the training calendar, maybe a link to that blog post. Because the blog post that we has, so if I go to listingsleads.com, at the very bottom of our website, we have hidden our blog. And Vince, maybe we can put this, a link to this right on the training calendar, because from here, people can access all the recordings as we go through this. All right. All right. So anybody else?
Hey,
Any
Scott,
other questions about? Yeah.
Scott, I'd like you to show one thing, because we've covered a lot, and for a lot, go back to the listings and pull one of the listings and go to the checklist. And I want to point out something, because Scott's showing you how to do things here. And so we go into a lot of detail and we talk about a lot of stuff. But really, there's only a handful of things that you really absolutely need to do. The first, and so the reason why I'm saying this is it just takes you a few minutes to do some of this, because the social media for your social media, which is the top tool, if you turn on auto posting, we're going to do it for you automatically. All you got to do is change the status from just listed to open house or open house depending, and boom, it happens automatically. If you turned on the seller social media, that would go out automatically to your client, and we would copy you, and that's a trigger for you to pick up the phone and call your client for 5 or 10 seconds and say, hey, please put that on your wall. The e-flyer for your database, you really only need to do one of those per week on your whole database for any listing you've got. If you've got a bunch of listings and you want to do a few more, have at it. But at least getting one on the database once a week is great. And then the print flyer for nearby homeowners, which is a must that you absolutely got to do. You don't need to do that at every status. You might do it at one status, maybe just sold, maybe just listed, maybe open house and just sold, right? So you're not doing this all the time, but you're getting those social media tools out there at every status. And, you know, the YouTube, once you've got it up there, it's up only one time. If you take the virtual tour and you put it out on Zillow or you put it on any of the syndication platforms, we're going to update that as it changes statuses. So you only need to do that one time as well. So my point is, it doesn't take you a lot of time to go through and market your listing at each status. And that's going to help you grow your business, because each status is going to help you get more buyers and more sellers.
Yeah. And the last thing I'll leave everybody with is, again, if you got your client reviews coming in from Zillow, you have what's called a client review website. And this is an awesome website to share up on Facebook with anyone that leaves you a review. So for example, right, when somebody leaves me a new review here, I can go to Facebook, I can find my seller or buyer, right, whoever it was, whoever left me the review, and I'll want to take that link and just paste it in there. It's going to give me a nice, awesome graphic. Notice I'm going to tag Vince. Right, you can do something like that. And let me show you what happens here. I just put it on the Facebook page. I want to thank them, right? And that way they're going to see it. Vince is going to come in here and like it. Vince may leave a nice comment. And then what's going to happen? All of Vince's friends are going to start seeing this. They might leave a comment. Hey, Vince, where'd you move to? Blah, 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 right? And so this post starts getting more and more engagement, and it starts getting shown more and more. When people click it, right, they see all your reviews. They got these links over on the left-hand side that are going to different landing pages, right? You might have different landing pages it links to. It might be pages at your website that it's linking to. Then they see over here on the right-hand side all of your listings that they can click and get to the lead capture single property websites here. So these client review websites are an absolute game changer for sharing your reviews in such a way as to be able to generate engagement, buyer, and seller leads. All right. So if you got your client reviews on Zillow, not only are we able to display them with your single property websites, your virtual tours, it's linked to from the e-flyers and the blog postings and all that great stuff. But you can also literally share that client review website with people that leave you reviews in order to engage their audience and generate buyer and seller leads. All right. So make sure you're using that client review website as well if you've got those reviews coming in from Zillow. All right, everybody, listen, thank you so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate it. And make sure you join us for the call tomorrow. And tomorrow's call is going to be, we're going to focus this on databases, all right, and the tools that you need to engage your database out of listings to leads and a few other tips, because obviously converting those leads into buyers and sellers is what we're all after. All right. So thanks everybody for joining us. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Vince, for being with us. And we'll get this recording up ASAP for everyone to access for later. Thanks, everybody.